All right, so yes. Now, we'll be looking at true, false, not given. True, false, not given. And this is from Cambridge 13 Test 1. Cambridge 13 Test 1. And there are 6 questions in this test. And the passage is from this passage they have titled Case Study Tourism New Zealand Website. Case Study Tourism New Zealand Website, right? Now, before we go to the answers, let's briefly talk about what the question type is. What the question type is. Now, the true, false, not given question is a very unique question type in the IELTS, very unique. And it's also, for me, a lot of people will say, I say it's also very easy. So it's, now, basically, you're giving an expression, you're giving a statement, and you are to verify that statement in the passage. And the idea is for you to find out if that statement is true of the passage, or it is false of the passage, or it is not given in the passage. And like I've always said, if the statement is true of the passage, what that means is that the keywords in the statement agrees with the keywords in the passage. Very important. Like I've said, as far as the reading is concerned, you are playing around with keywords. That's what you're doing, right? So you're looking at the keywords in the statement, and you are matching those keywords with the ones in the passage. Now, if the keywords in the statement agree with the keywords in the passage, then the answer is true. But if you notice that there is a contradiction, that means that a particular word in the statement contradicts what has been stated in the passage, then the answer is false. Take note. We're looking at keywords and we're looking at contradictions. Now, what are contradictions? Basically, contradictions will be opposing ideas or opposing words. So for an answer to be false, you must clearly see a contradiction. You must clearly see a contradiction. Now, how about if the statement is not given? What do we mean? If the statement is not given, that means there is a keyword in the statement that you have not found, that is not in the passage. There is a keyword in the statement that cannot be found in the passage. The moment you notice that, then the answer is not given. Furthermore, there are some other tricks or tips that I have provided for answers that are not given. Please, this is not a rule, but over time, you just see that it reoccurs, right? The moment the statement has qualifiers, that means the moment we notice that there are qualifiers in the statement, then our best guess will be not given. The moment the statement contains qualifiers like very, like most, like such as only, or you notice that there is a comparison. You see them making a comparison between this and this. Let me use this number 12 as an instance. Visitors like staying in small hotels in New Zealand rather than in larger ones. Now you will see that they have brought, there is a comparison here, right? They are looking at, okay, small hotels rather than. So they are comparing the visitors, the stay of visitors in small hotels. So you see, the moment I see that kind of question, my best guess, the first thing that comes to mind is that it is most likely what not given. Now, it doesn't mean that the answer will be not given. But why do I say it is most likely not given? Because in this place, they have made a comparison. So I'll start looking out for where in the passage the writer has made comparison between small hotels, visitors that stay in small hotels, and visitors that stay in larger hotels. Is that okay? So now, so these are ways that I know answers that could be what? Could fall under what? Not given. Now, if you look at number 9, for instance, it says it was found that most visitors started searching. So you see, the moment I've seen most, then I know that there is a they are trying to make comparisons. I know that that one, my best guess for that answer will be not given. But let's look into the passage. Let's try to see if these keywords, these things I have said, can apply within the passage, right? Let's quickly look at this. Okay, so here I'll use my highlighter. Please follow me. Now, keywords, right? Look at the website, and so they gave us the website www.newzealand.com, aimed to provide ready-made. So this is the word ready-made itineraries and packages for travel companies and individual tourists. So the keywords there, very pertinent and important keywords there, are the website, and then ready-made, then itineraries, right? Itineraries, okay, and packages, all right, for travel companies and individual tourists. So let's see if these keywords agree with what we have in the passage. Of course, we may not be able to take all of these keywords. We're going to take the keyword that we know is unlikely to change, and that is the website there, www.newzealand.com. So let's quickly scan. Let's scan the passage. Let's scan the paragraph. Now, you can't miss it. If you scan it, you can't miss it. It is on the second paragraph. On the second paragraph, first sentence, www.newzealand.com, right? Now, like I've always said, because we are working with time, remember, the reading is 60 minutes, and it is a timed test, right? So I'll quickly see if I can find other keywords. I will skim to see if I can find other keywords instead of reading all the way from the first paragraph. I could do that, right? And then if I scan it, I will see tourism services operators. I think they made mention of travel companies here, right? Travel companies and individual tourists. So these are tourist services operators, both those based in New Zealand and those based abroad, all right, which offered. Okay, so that means that our answer should be somewhere around here. Now, they said the key feature of the campaign was the website www.newzealand.com, which provided potential visitors to New Zealand with a single gateway to everything destination had to offer. The heart of the website was a database of tourism service operators, both those based in New Zealand and those based abroad, which offered tourism services to the country. Any tourism related business could be listed. Interesting. I would mark it, and I'll tell you why I'll mark it. Could be listed by filling in a simple form. So could be listed. But here they said the statement says provide ready-made. So that means that the website does not have any ready-made itineraries. Now, ready-made means that it is already on the website. But the passage is what the passage tells us is that any tourism-related business could be listed by filling in a simple form. That means people will have to fill in their forms. Now, if you read further, they say this meant that even the smallest bed and breakfast address or specialty activity could gain a web presence with access to an audience of long-haul visitors. In addition, because participating businesses were able to update, so you see, they here tells us that they are able to update the details they gave. So that means it is not what? Ready-made. If it is not ready-made, then the answer will automatically be false. Yeah? The answer will automatically be what? Be false. I hope you're following. I hope you're following.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. I want to make sure that
we are following.
Very good. I want to make sure that I'm not the only one here. All right.
No, we are listening.
Now let's look at number. Yeah. Let's look at the second question. The second question says, it was found that most visitors started searching on the website by geographical location. Most visitors started searching on the website. So keyword geographical location, most likely they would not change geographical location. Right? And if you scan, I think geographical location should be somewhere around where is the place again? Yeah. Yes. So here they talk about the website, and then here they talked about geographical location. Now you will see here again they talk about the website. So that means our answer is supposed to be somewhere around here. We should get the answers from somewhere around here. On the website, visitors. Okay, so we have visitors. Visitors can search for activities not solely by geographical location, but also by the particular nature of the activity, right? So now let's go again. We have keywords like most visitors started searching. Now you would notice that they did not tell us anything. We do not see a keyword like most. I told you of a qualifier. There is no place that tells us that most visitors or many visitors. We do not see that keyword or any word that represents that word. And we are told that the visitors can search, but in this place, what they said, the visitors started searching. So they did not give us any information whether they had started searching or they did not start to search. So our best answer for that question is what? Not given. So now this is where you should pay attention. For many of us, we have challenges between trying to identify the difference between answers that are false and answers that are not given. This is where you could get the difference, right? And I'm talking to some of us who have even contacted me privately to and I've asked, what is the difference? How are we able to differentiate answers that are false and answers that are not given? Now, this is a good example. Look at number one. Number one, you notice that what you find is a contradiction to what is in the passage. If you look at number 8, and I'm doing this particularly to emphasize the difference. Number 8 tells us that the website aimed to provide ready-made itineraries. Ready-made itineraries. What is ready-made? Something that that is already prepared. Something that is already prepared. Is that okay? But when we go to the passage, and oh, thank God I'm able to identify this. When we go to the passage up here, we discover that it is a contradiction. What is the contradiction? They told us that any tourism related business could be listed by filling in a simple form. That means, and that is an opposite of ready made. That tells us that it is not ready made. So for false, you would see that one of the keywords in the statement will be contradicted in the passage. You could see it. If you go further, they said participating businesses were able to update, you see it? Yeah, to update the details. Now, if you have to update the details, that means that contradicts the statement ready made. I don't know if you're following me. Now, but if you look at number 9, of course, where we got not given, we highlighted some keywords like the qualifier here, or where they told us most visitors. And then they said started searching on the website by geographical location, most visitors. And it will take us, if you scan properly, you would get the keywords here in this paragraph. I think on the next page, the third paragraph on the next page, you would see geographical location. Now, we read the statement. It says, on the website, visitors can search. So they told us that, yes, visitors can search for activities not solely by geographical location, but also by the particular nature of the activity. Now, where do we have the keywords there? Most visitors. So you would notice that most is not there. There is no word that represents what? Most. So, like I told you, one of the ways I am able to identify answers that are not given, I will notice that one or more of the keywords will not be found or represented within the paragraph. So you can try this. You would notice that most is not in that place where we have read. I can highlight it the more, I can even underline it so that you see it clearly. On the website, visitors can search for activities not solely by geographical location, but also by the particular nature of the activity. So you see, there is nothing that tells us of most. Then they told us that visitors can search. They did not tell us whether they have started searching or whether they have not started searching. So that makes our answer not given. Sincerely, even if this is all you are able to understand today, this difference, I will be glad. Right? I'll be really glad. All right, let's look at number 10. Number 10, according to research, 26%, oh, very easy. Like I told you, numbers like this serve as keywords, right? They take you directly to the answer. 26% of visitor satisfaction is related to their accommodation. Related to their accommodation. So, okay, let's still underline visitor satisfaction, very important. So 20% of visitor satisfaction is related to their accommodation. So let's go quickly to find 26%. Oh, we're already there. Here in this paragraph, we find 26%, right? So, and then if you go back, because of course you have to go back to see the sentence, you would find accommodation, right? Then if you go further, you see visitor satisfaction. So that means this is the area where the answer will come from. All right, let's read from the beginning of the sentence. This is important as research shows that activities are the key driver of visitor satisfaction, contributing 74% to visitor satisfaction, while transport and accommodation together, transport, then accommodation differently, account for the remaining 26%. Oh, this is transport here. So both transport and accommodation actually share this 26%. But the statement here says that according to the 26% of visitor satisfaction is related to their accommodation. So this is a clear contradiction, because it is not 26% that is related, it is 26% of visitor satisfaction is related to transport and accommodation, right? And we don't know, accommodation may, out of the 26%, accommodation may even be 6%. Accommodation may be 20%. Accommodation may be 15%. But what the passage clearly said is that both of them share this 26%. But this statement says it is only accommodation. So that's an obvious contradiction. So if that is the case, our answer ought to be what? False. Is that clear? Then we now look at number 11. Number 11. Visitors to New Zealand like to become involved in the local culture. So we are looking at visitors also. Yes, involved. Yes, local culture. Local culture. Keywords, right? In fact, if you go with local culture, let's see if you find your answer. Local culture, you scan for local culture. Of course, it will take you to cultural activities. Cultural activities here. And in fact, you would even see traditional Maori life. Traditional Maori life. So that means our answer is should be somewhere around here. Our answer should be somewhere around here. All right, let's quickly find it. It has also been found that visitors enjoy cultural activities most when they are interactive, such as visiting a Marie meeting ground to learn about traditional Maori life, right? To learn about traditional Maori life. So, and here they said visitors to New Zealand like to become involved in the local culture. So, in the local culture, here we have traditional Maori life, but they also say such as visiting a Marie. So, everything, the keywords there are all in the statement we can find in the passage. So, our best answer should be true. True. That's our best answer. Right? Then we now look at number 12. Visitors like staying in small hotels, keyword small hotels, rather than in larger ones. Interesting. So let's see if we can quickly find small hotels, larger hotels, small hotels, and larger hotels. All right. Okay. All right. So I didn't even see them talk about hotels. So we don't see hotels in the rest of this paragraph, in this space here, between here and here. I do not see where they have mentioned hotels, right? And we do not even see any word that represents hotels. So if that is the case, if we cannot find hotel, that means they never talked about hotel. So our answer should be what? Not given. Okay. Then we will now look at number 13. Many visitors feel it is unlikely that they will return to New Zealand. Oh, feel it is unlikely that they will return to New Zealand after their visit. Let's take this phrase, after their visit. Yeah, many visitors. Oh, many. Oh, this is also a qualifier. It's also a qualifier. It's similar to most, right? Let's see if we'll see something about that. Okay, I think I can see something. Can see something here. Most visitors. So you see, that means in this place they talked about most visitors, but in that place they also talked about many visitors. So that means our answer is most likely going to be here. So let's read and see. It is okay because of the long haul flights. Most visitors stay for longer, average 20 days, and want to see as much of the country as possible on what is often seen as a once in a lifetime, once in a lifetime visit. And you know, when they say once in a lifetime, that means you can't go back to that experience again. Is that okay? And here they said visitors feel it is unlikely that they will return, so you can't go back. So the answer then is our best answer will be what? True. All right. Now you would notice what is happening here and what I have done, right? You would notice that what I've made up my answers are are the keywords. What determines which is true, which is false, and which is not given are the keywords. When the keyword is there, the keyword I have seen in the question, when it is available in the passage, then my answer will be true. All of the keywords. But the moment I notice a contradiction, like the one noticed in number 8 and number 10, then my answer will be false. You must see the contradiction, the opposite. Then the moment I notice that one of the keywords in the statement or one or more of the keywords in the statement is not found in the passage, then my answer will be not given. All right, I would like to take questions. Yes, I would like to take questions, please. Yes? All right, I would like to take questions
Okay,
or
sir.
comments.
Sir, hello.
Yes, sir.
Just a little explanation about that, how to recognize that not giving. By the moment you see the answer,
Okay.
what are the features that you will use to realize
All
this
right.
comment should be not given?
Oh, very good. All right. Thank you very much for that. Now, for not giving, like I said earlier, I said for not giving, you would notice that after the keywords you have highlighted, you are most likely going to notice that one of those keywords, one or more of those keywords, will not be found in the passage. So you would see, in some cases, you will see all the other keywords. You would see all the other keywords, but you just notice that one particular keyword is not there. Some other time, you would notice that there is a qualifier. Maybe in the statement, there is a qualifier like most, only, only, solely, yeah, many. few, some. It is there in the statement. But you now go to the passage and that qualifier, every other keyword will be found, but that qualifier will not be there in the passage. Then you know that it is what? Not given. Then the best answer will be what? Not given.
Understood. Thank you.
Very well. All right. Any other person? Any other question?
Yes, sir, please.
All right. Yes. Thank you.
Can I go ahead?
Yes, please.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Please, I want to know this particular answers to this question. Can it be found in the different paragraphs, or it can be found in a particular? Maybe if you just see it from one particular paragraph, then the remaining ones can be seen in the within that paragraph.
Oh, very good question. Very good. Now you would notice
Can it be found
if you followed.
Yeah.
Yes, very well. Very, very, very pertinent question. Now you would notice while I was taking the practices that I was moving from one paragraph to another. Now the thing about true, false, not given is that sometimes you will get two questions in one paragraph, right? Sometimes you could get, sometimes you could even skip. You will see number 1, maybe number 8 in paragraph 1, and then you got it there. Then you just notice that number 9 will be in paragraph 5. So it may not follow that sequence of from one paragraph to another, from one paragraph to another. But what I know is that the sequence, like, you don't go back. You don't go back to search for keywords or to search for your answer. You move forward. You just go forward, right? It doesn't matter. Even if you found the first one maybe in paragraph 1, right? And you found the second one in paragraph 5. When you want to start looking for the next one, you just start searching from the next sentence. Now, for true, false, not given, the answers do not lie. You don't start searching for the answers by paragraphs. You're going sentence by sentence. So it may surprise you that you're getting one answer on maybe paragraph 2, first sentence in paragraph 2. The next answer may lie on the second sentence in paragraph 2. You understand? But the idea is for you to move forward. Just go forward. You don't go back. You don't go back to go and search for an answer. Is that well understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right.
Sir, I have a question. I
Yes.
understand what that Mrs. Obi is saying. If you go to paragraph second to the last paragraph, that question is there also. If you read the first line, second line, and third line, you will see the question there again. Because that's where I picked when I was doing it. I picked my answer from that second to the last paragraph. They wrote the website was set up to allow both individual and travel organization. So my question is that I can see that you pick the answer from second paragraph when I pick my own from the second to the last paragraph. So can they ask? Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes, I do. Now, this is not a rule. One crazy thing about IELTS is that you can't really create a rule around it. But then, because of certain consistencies I have seen, I could say, okay, this is what is likely going to happen. Let me give you an instance. It is unlikely that this is number 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, right? It is unlikely that number 8 answer will be found in the second to the last paragraph or the last paragraph. I don't know if you're following me. It's unlikely that your number 9 will be in the last paragraph. But most likely your 13 might be in the last paragraph. It might be. It is unlikely that you will find number 13 answer on the first paragraph. Do you understand? So that
Yes,
when
sir.
you're searching, you're not just going, you're not just searching and then you're moving down. No. You should also know that, okay, because the moment you find, for instance, if there are 8 paragraphs, let's even use this one practical example, because this is also very important questions you have asked. Look at number 8.
Yes,
And
sir.
now, so this is the first paragraph. Okay, the first paragraph, I didn't get any answer there because the keywords, because I'm using the keywords, I didn't get any answer because keywords not here. But on the second paragraph, I'm able to get the answer to number 8. I'm able to get the answer to number 8 because here they said provide ready-made. I saw New Zealand and all that, the website. So I got it on the second paragraph. Now, when I want to take number 9, right? The keyword there is geographical locations, and I will not jump. I'm not moving from paragraph to paragraph. I'm moving line by line, looking for geographical location till I'll find it on paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, because I am using keywords, you notice that I had to go all the way down to the 6th paragraph to find geographical locations. And that's how I got my answer for number 9 in paragraph 6. But notice what happens for number 10. Number 10 is also on paragraph 6. The next sentence. You see that 26% is on the next sentence. That's after the sentence I got number 9. The same paragraph. Also notice what happened to number 11, paragraph 6. It is still on the same paragraph in paragraph 6. The next sentence also. Is that okay? The next sentence also. Then you now see that number 12 was not even found, so it's not given, right? But then number 13 now lies in on the last paragraph. Now, these questions you have asked or you are asking is now brings to knowledge, or brings me to remember some of what I say in my class, and that's what they're talking about: structure. For you to be able to do well in your IELTS test, you must understand the structure of the IELTS test. You should understand the structure, right? Because understanding the structure will let you know, okay, this is how the questions come, this is what to expect. You are not just jumping from one paragraph to another. You're moving from line to line, from sentence to sentence. Why? Because you are searching for keywords. And you already know that, okay, for true, false, not given will not just be going up and down. The answers will follow will I call it a linear sequence. It will just follow itself, right? So that is that. You must understand the structure. So it is unlikely that your number 1 answer, you would find it in the last paragraph. Very, very unlikely. All right. Yes. Any other question? We just treated true, false, not given. False. I see that many of us are just joining us. After this class, I'm going to post the video of the lectures so you can always listen and see what we had done. Right? Now we are doing this practice from Cambridge 13, and we just finished treating true, false, not given. Right? and Cambridge 13 Test 1. Cambridge 13 Test 1. All right. Okay, here we have the matching heading, and this is also from Cambridge 13, and we're looking at test 1. All right, now, so the list of heading, as a lot of people know it to be, this particular question type, in this particular question type, you are given a number of headings, and you are expected to match that heading with the appropriate paragraph. So they give you a list of the passage will be paragraphed. The paragraphs will be lettered. Sorry, it will be lettered, like you have here. Here you have it here. So we have paragraph A, paragraph B, paragraph C, and all that. And here we have a list of headings. Now your job is to match each heading with the appropriate paragraph. You go to the paragraph, find out if that a particular heading suits a particular paragraph. That's your job, right? And it's as easy as it gets. Now, please take note of some of these things I'm about to say now. The matching heading question type is the only question type in the IELTS reading test where the questions or come before the passage, right? You usually will find the questions before the passage. Every other question will come after the passage. Also, it is the only question type in the IELTS reading where your answers will be in Roman numerals. Where your answers will be in Roman. So you're going to write your answers in Roman numerals. Now, for this question type, no two headings can be presented. No one heading can appear twice. That means no two paragraphs can have one heading. Is that okay? So you need to also pay attention to that. Now, how do we now answer the question? Like I've always said, number one, read the first, second, and last sentence. Now, as you read the first, second, and last sentence, pay attention to keywords. Those keywords are words that will help you locate where the answers are. So, yeah, I'm sorry about that. Those keywords will help you locate where the questions are, right? So then pay attention to recurring keywords. So within a paragraph, you could find words that are recurring, and those words will now appear among the words in the heading. Pay attention to that. The moment you have those recurring keywords, they could help you. They could really help you be able to differentiate which answer is the correct one. Is that okay? Now, so you need to pay attention to some of these things. You are using keywords. Don't interpret. Don't try to analyze. Don't interpret. Let's look at paragraph A. Paragraph A. Let's look at what we can find right within this paragraph. All right. We all know how it feels. It's impossible to keep your mind on anything. Time stretches out. Time stretches out, and all the things you could do seem equally unlikely to make you feel better. But defining boredom so that it can be studied in the lab, has proved difficult. Oh, very good. Has proved difficult. And so they now start explaining why it has proved difficult. It can include a lot of mental states such as frustration. Okay, boredom is okay. Now, if you even look at the last sentence, They said, if disgust protects humans from infection, boredom may protect them from infectious social situation, he suggests. All right. So they even went here that there isn't even agreement over whether boredom. So there isn't even agreement. There isn't even agreement. So nobody has agreed, right? Nobody has agreed what boredom is. So let's look at it. Number one, the productive. Okay, no, it can be I. What teachers can do to prevent boredom? They never talked of teachers. A new explanation and a new cure for boredom. They never talked of cure or explanation. Problems with a scientific approach. Okay, scientific. I saw lab. I saw lab. So if lab tells me of scientific, and then I also saw problem, which problem, anything that is difficult is a what? Is a problem, right? Problems. Yeah. Yeah. So scientific approach to boredom. So a scientific approach has to do with being studied in a lab. So our best guess for paragraph A is our best guess for paragraph A is IV. Right? Please follow me. Then paragraph B. Let's quickly look at paragraph B. Yeah. By asking people about their experiences of boredom, Thomas Goetz and his team at the University of Constance in Germany have recently identified 5 distinct types. And then these are the 5. So these are the 5 distinct types. This can be plotted on 2 axes. One running to the left, which measures low to high arousal. Okay. Goetz has found that while people, so this is an explanation of all those types, right? So let's look at which, okay, types, 5 distinct types. Let's look at which one has something that tells us of types. A new explanation, no. A potential danger arising, no. Creating a system of classification. Classification here is synonymous to types. Yeah, classifications. You can even say of the 5 types. That's of the 5 classes. Yes. So it says creating a system of classification for feeling of boredom. So you would see it here. It talks about the classes, right? You say they tend to specialize in one. So why people experience, so it talks, this particular paragraph talks about classes. So our answer is what? VI. VI. Then we look at paragraph C. Paragraph C. Paragraph C. Psychologists and the man at the University of Central Lancashire, UK, go further. All emotions are there for a reason. For a reason, including boredom, she says. Man has found that being bored makes us more creative. Makes us more creative. Wow. Interesting. We are all afraid of being bored, but okay. So that sentence tells us. So it talks of creativity again here. It talks of creativity and said boring activity is best for creativity. Here it even says more creative again. So this is an example of when it starts recurring. More creative. Right? So let's look at something that tells us of creativity. Creativity has to do with productivity. So to create is to produce. Yeah. So you see, it's as simple as that. Creativity that may result from boredom. So you would notice, you will see that your answer is just what? I. Now let's look at paragraph D. Now please take note of what I am doing. I'm not doing this to show you just look at the strategies that I adopt. Yeah. Paragraph D. It says psychologist John Eastwood at York University in Toronto, Canada, isn't convinced if you are in a state of mind wandering, you are not bored. He says, in my view, by definition, boredom is an undesirable state. So undesirable. Yeah, that doesn't necessarily mean that it isn't adaptive. Is that pain is adaptive. So talks of something different from here. If we didn't have a physical pain, batting, so you can see it can still be toxic. You see, if allowed to fester. So all right. So look at it. It talks about feel worse. You see, I'm scanning and you can find it. You can see it. So let's look at something that has to do with. So yeah, you can see it is potential danger. You see danger arising from boredom. Look at it. He says it can be toxic. So when something is toxic, that thing is dangerous. If allowed to fester, even said it's an undesirable state. So you see how the words there. If you read further, you see frustration, irritability. All these things tells you of potential danger. So D will be what? Will be V. V. Then paragraph E. Paragraph E. Yeah. Paragraph E. Oh, sorry. Paragraph E. Eastwood's team is now trying to explore why the attention system fails. Its early days have this. Its early days, but they think that at least some of it comes down to personality. You don't talk about. So boredom proneness has been linked to a variety of traits. So people are motivated by pleasure, seem to suffer particularly badly. So he started talking about personality again, personality traits. If you go further, you probably will see things that has to do with what? Personality and all that. So let's look at it and see if we can find person, something that has to do with person. Person. Age groups, no. Identifying those. So it's like saying identify people. Yeah, people affected. So look at it. People who are motivated by pleasure seem to suffer particularly. So you see where the answer is particularly badly. People. Oh, people. All right. So now I didn't finish because my pen is about to go off now.